Hey all, welcome back. Today I have for you guys my first Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links the mobile game video I'm making. So I thought today, since I'm running very low on Kaiba keys, because I've been farming him a little bit, I've been trying to make a deck that Guns Blazing showcased work for me, and I lose 2 out of 3 times, I'd say. And I think I need more golden apples, because I only have 1, but honestly, that's kind of been a slow thing, so I'm trying to find a deck that actually works for me personally. His decks always work, especially if you have all the cards, they're guaranteed to work. I used his Toon World, he used anti-Toon World deck to farm Pegasus up to 5 million points. I did not get a Toon World, but I got everything else, so that was really helpful, and he is my go-to. You guys should check him out if you don't already. He is amazing. So I thought today, just for now, I could kind of talk about what my intentions are for this series and just try the ladder. I use a Normale deck, as they used to call them, and I was testing out an Odeon deck, as you guys could maybe see from the amount of losses I took there. That was a little while ago, but yeah, people are pretty good. I was at Plat 1, I think that was the farthest I've reached to, but this time I'd like to try and get a little bit higher, so I thought I might just showcase a little bit of my matches here with me going with my Normale deck. So this deck just focuses on strong beatdown monsters that also have Grace Energy as their own normal monsters. So if I could, I would have one more Order to Charge, but I use Heart of the Underdog to be able to draw through my deck and always get a spell and trap card each turn. So provided I get Order to Charge off pretty quickly and Heart of the Underdog, most of the game goes pretty smooth. Alright, so he's got a Master Kenzonzi, which is no problem, because I also got a Spear Kuriboh and a Riryoku in my hand, and the Golden Apples. Like, I started out with like one of each type of card, so I feel like yeah, so he's going to equip a Gravity Axe, which is no real problem. I think a lot of this deck's strength is me knowing the entire deck, and usually being able to have a very consistent strategy going forward. There's an Order to Charge right there. Plus, I do have Switcheroo. I'm not going to use it right now, though. I'm just going to set these 2 cards and end my turn with that, because I'm going to let him attack, and I'm going to Spear Kuriboh him. Because he obviously only has 1,000 defense, and that's how I'm going to get over him. And if he somehow is about to take out my Battle Ox or something like that, I may want to do something. Oh, so he's got a Spirit monster there. So let's just see. The battle damage this card inflicts to your opponent's life points is halved, and it will go back at the end of the turn. Now that kind of makes me want to use my Order to Charge on Master Kenzonzi, and that'll just go back to his hand, and he'll only deal me 1,000 damage this turn, and I'll probably let that go through. So I think I'm gonna do that, because I'm gonna lose my Battle Ox regardless. I'm hoping that this doesn't screw me later on, but I'm going to allow the 1,000 damage here, and he can continue his attack and everything, which isn't the worst thing alive. That gives me a good option to use my golden apples later on as well. So that leaves him with a blank field, and I know he's going to bring that out next turn, because obviously it's going to go back to his hand, which is why I didn't use my Sphere Kuriboh or anything this turn. So that's also pretty cool. I think I'm just going to set, let's see, what do we want to give up? I think I'm going to give up the Twister, because I want to keep the Riryoku, and I need that Sphere Kuriboh for later, and we need to get a normal monster into our hand. Hopefully we can. Most of our deck is nice. The consistency of this deck is kind of why I continue to use it, and I'm really hoping he doesn't have a Sphere Kuriboh himself. No, he does not, so we're good. Yeah, the reason why I want to showcase this deck off first, I do have other more like viable decks for the meta. This deck is as budget as it comes, really. The Order to Charge and some of the other like spell and trap cards that aren't necessary in the deck, but they're still really good. Okay, I think he's going to leave that on there so I don't crash, but with Riryoku on the field, I think I may. He's got 1 face down card, so let's see what we get. We got an Embodiment. That makes me feel like I'm very comfortable to attack. Now, something that people don't realize is this is actually a normal monster. So it does have Grace Energy with Order to Charge. And like I said, I really wish I got a second one before the pack got removed, but I'm really hoping that they bring that back sometime in the future. So I just want to stomp over him. And hopefully he's got nothing to stop this, because even if he has a mirror wall, I can still get him out. Yeah, so he's got nothing, because that did not look like an activation. He may be playing me using that toggle. I don't have that toggle turned on, of course, as you don't see it on the side, but that's okay. I don't really mind. I'm usually pretty quick with my actions, and it is good to know hesitation and everything. So he's going to bring out that. He may crash this turn. He may. Let's see what he does. So he's going to end his turn. I thought he still had the spirit. That can get over that, but that would leave him vulnerable. So I doubt he would do that. Alright. I'm gonna keep that one safe in the back, and I'm just going to use my Master Konzonzi myself just to get over that. And hopefully, yeah, so he's got nothing, and then we can attack directly and win. So that's game one, and that's usually how my duels go. I use Bandit Keith with Switcheroo just because that's probably the most consistent, just general skill you can have. I know it's going to get hit pretty soon, and I don't really mind that. I think I'm just going to use Restart once that happens. But, there we go. So yeah, there's 4 yellow keys right there. I think Kaiba uses white keys. I think he uses white keys, if I remember correctly. I think Rex uses the yellow keys, which is what I was farming a little bit before so I could get my Rex deck all the way up. Yeah, so the last one I was at, I was in gold 1, and that went okay. Quite a few wins there. That was with my Odeon trap deck. That's not really ready yet. If there was an ectoplasmer, a way to get ectoplasmer in this game, I think it would be much more viable, but ultimately, the trap deck is more of a troll deck. It's not super competitive right now. It really relies on your opponent playing into it, because your opponent has to deal you damage, your opponent has to have monsters in their deck, because you want to use Conscription and Death's Counterblow and this other card that deals damage when a monster goes to the graveyard. Oh, thank you, Android Wear. I do have like notifications turned off, but if apps crash, I have Cyanogen running on my phone. They still pop out, so that's a little bit annoying. So I apologize for that in advance. Oh wow. Oh okay. So is he going to bring out another Zeramant with the Zeramant, or is he going to bring out really a level 8 dark ritual deck? I didn't get a cutscene for that. Oh no, I think I tapped. Hey, that's pretty good. I think if I just do this, I think I'm gonna, let's just try. Let's see if we can get something like Riryoku and get over to this. I think we're gonna ditch Twister just for now, because I want to have a backup monster just in case. Okay, alright. Yeah, so he's going to attack directly, and I'm going to get a 2800 monster. But if he somehow takes out one of these cards before the battle phase, I can special summon Embodiment, just as a protection measure. And then worst case scenario, next turn, if I need to, I can equip my Metalmorph to one of my 2 guys here. So he's got to play into his power there. So I'm guessing he's going to attack first. Whatever happens is fine. If he's really not smart and he attacks with his Dark Magician of Chaos right away, then we'll be very sad. So no, he's gonna do that, which is fine. I kind of expected it, which is no problem, because then we're gonna get a monster that his Dark Magician of Chaos is gonna have to try and run over. So he obviously saw the golden apples play there, which is fine. It is the smart thing to do to avoid that. I don't want to use that, man. I kind of wish I had that toggle sometimes, but I also don't, because I'm sure it'll just like mess me up in the future. Okay, so he's going to end his turn, and I have a couple of ways to get over this now, and protection. So I'm just going to bring out my master right here. Actually, before we do that, let's see if we can get something else in our hand that can kind of help us a little bit more. So we'll ditch Battle Ox. No, just about the same. But actually, I will bring this card out because it has 1600 defense. I do like using that more, and the 50 points is not a huge set for me. So I don't want to crash. That'll just be backup. So let's see if we can just take out this. Come on, there we go. That's a really powerful monster to begin with. Tick tock, tick tock. Man, it's very slow. It's like we both have stuff that we can use. So because I'm the attacking it shouldn't be too much of a problem, and I should be able to get over this. And obviously his Ligul or whatever that name of the card is. So it gains 400 attack. I don't really think that's gonna. I don't think that's gonna do anything, but I'm not entirely sure because I still gain half of its attack, right? Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, you can use that card if you wanted, but honestly, you could have just used that to get over my Metamorph. So that was a misplay on your behalf because I still gain half the attack of you, even if you have bonus attack. So this card, okay, I just want to read its effect. Banish 2 water type monsters. So that doesn't look like it's going to be too viable for him. I think he might just be running it because it's 1700. I don't know how many water type monsters he has in his deck, but we'll bring out our master right here. And we know we can get... I'm going to attack this, just in case. If it's a Yomi ship, then I really played myself there. So let's hope it's not. No, it's not. No problem. And I think I'm going to do 5 duels. That's kind of what Shady Penguin does, but if the time kind of gets a little too far, I might cut it a little bit short. But 5 duels usually gives you a pretty good idea of the win ratio of the deck. Usually you want to win 4 out of the 5 duels for it to be considered a good deck. It looks like he won't be able to stop me unless he has a Spear Karibo in hand. It is very likely he will just take this. Yeah. So it looks like I won this one as well. Not too shabby, not too shabby. And especially because I'm in Silver 1, it's not like it's super challenging right now. And I think for each episode I will probably try to bring a different deck. But if I'm going to climb, I usually use my Rex deck or my normal monster deck, just because I'm very consistent with it. Nice. So Silver rank 1. Let's keep moving up. And just to give an idea, honestly, at Silver 1, this deck should win every duel, and if it doesn't win one duel, it's because someone else with a really good deck is also climbing at this point. I am recording this on a Thursday. I'm pretty sure everything reset on a Wednesday or Tuesday of this week, so not like everybody should have climbed by now, but I imagine a lot of the pro players have already climbed. I've never been super into climbing. I mostly just do it for the gems. Okay, this guy is on his way up. If he wins this, he wins a rank. So let's see what kind of deck he has. Looks like a pretty skilled deck. He only has 20 cards and he has 1 extra deck monster. Those 5 extra deck cards are completely bluff cards, by the way. So I'm pretty happy with Heart of the Underdog, but I am going to see if I can get some protection going. So I'm just going to send back 1 master here. What did we get? A Neo. So that's nothing great, but we will play Heart of the Underdog. Pretty awesome there. And then I'm just going to summon out, because I'm not attacking. This is my attacking monster for sure. The Warrior Digreffer, whatever his name is. Mr. Warrior here, because of his massive defense, is actually really helpful as well. So blue dragon summoner. Let's see what he's gonna do. He may charge. He may want me to attack. Yeah, he's gonna look like I'm gonna have to play into him there. But this is like the power of Heart of the Underdog coming through for this. I'm really happy I got this card fairly early on. Show you guys. So now, like every turn, I will get a spell or trap card in my hand. So that's kind of the reason why I do that. And I will bring out my warrior. I'm not going to use Riryoku yet, obviously. That's not a smart play. But as my first card attacking, I think I will use Master, because I have Jerry Beans Man now. Just so I have 11750 either in my hand or my field. Mirror Wall. Okay, so I figured as much, which is why I didn't really want to attack with Warrior, because I feel like he's more of a Spear Karibo end type of thing, where a lot of the cards still can't get over it. I wonder if he's going to pay for this. No, he's not. That's no problem. Let's see what he does. Kaiba Man. Oh, so this is going to be very bad. I don't think he'll be able to take me out this turn, but he very well might come close. So he is running a Kaiba Man deck, which is very powerful. So I'm guessing that's actually a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon in there, which is very, very nice. I maybe should have switcherooed to see if I get some protection, because I usually like having a trap card on the field. Like if I had my embodiment right now, I could play that too. The cutscenes are super laggy, so I usually just skip them. I'm sure you guys have seen them a numerous amount of times. Let's see, Stamping Destruction. So he's going to get rid of my Heart of the Underdog, which is just sad. And I'm going to take 500 damage. With 1300 damage after that, I still will live with 75 points. Thankfully. Which which is really cutting things close. But I will be able to get over that blue eyes no problem because my Ryoku's on the field. Oh, in my hand. I'll be able to play it. And just a warrior. I think I'm going to switcheroo my Neo, just in case I can get some extra protection or something like that. Because I am living on 75 life points right now, and that would be a pretty great turnover if I could. So yeah, we'll just summon out warrior. We'll play our Ryoku. I really doubt he has a Spirit Kuriboh because nothing really stopped my... Well, actually, I couldn't really tell last time because I was attacking and he used Mirror Wall. So, let me put it this way. If he has a Spirit Kuriboh in hand, we do basically lose. But, let's see if we can take out this Blue Eyes, no problem. Yeah, no problem. So hopefully, he doesn't have any... Maybe he has another Kaibaman in hand. Maybe he charges with Blue Dragon Summoner. I don't really know. It's a good thing that we don't have a main phase 2 right now. So now he's on the defensive. I still got to play things super cautiously. I still want to get some protection, which I'm not getting. I'm out of switcheroos now. So I think I'll bring out Jerry Beans, man, just in case it's a 4-star Ladybug. And so just because I'm worried about that, I'm going to have my warrior attack first. And then we'll have... There we go. Okay, he has to pick his card. That's no problem. What are you going to pick? You're going to pick a Blue Eyes because you have a Kaibaman in your hand? Oh yeah, Blue Eyes to your hand. Alright. I'm guessing that might be his only target though, so I'm not really too worried. Another Blue Dragon Summoner. Oh man. He's going to have 2 Blue Eyes in the hand. I'm assuming at least. I'm assuming he would grab his final Blue Eyes. Alright, so yeah, he's got 2 Blue Eyes in hand, 1 in the graveyard. And I'm living on 75 life points right now. So it is very, very breakneck close here. And he's got a very good deck. That's a very good deck to run. Yeah, he just drew a Kaibaman. Yikes. Kaibaman decks are really powerful, and Guns Blazing knows it too. I don't think he's gotten one yet. I think he's still complaining about that. Alright, we'll watch this animation. Oh, never mind. I guess I don't gotta watch that animation. But yeah, Prismatic too. Very nice. So yeah, that's fine. I understand that. Like, this deck is not King of Games worthy for sure. It's just a really cheap budget deck to kind of help you. Like, that's a theme you can have right from the start, especially with Common Charity. That's a really great card to just kind of cycle through for beginner players who don't really have trap support in their lineup yet. That's not a bad one. There's also that ritual monster that does more damage if you have normal monsters in your graveyard. I used to use that when I first started playing. But yeah, I just really wanted to showcase because I'm definitely not a high level player right now. I do have 4,000, almost 500 gems there. But I usually say that for a new pack opening, and I try to get as many cards as I can. And I try to supplement as much of the cards I need for farming as I can find from other people's videos, from packs that I have yet to completely open. Alright, so we're 2 for 3 right now, which is not bad. Let's see, Weavile. I'm guessing he has Parasitic Infection. If he does not, then I don't think we're having a hard time. He does not, so I don't know what he is playing right now. We're not going to use Switcheroo just yet. This, by the way, this Beast of Taiwar, he is the best normal monster tribute monster I have right now. He has 2400 attack and 2150 defense. Really great. I was using Luster Dragon before that, and I was also using it was like Alia Justice, that bird one before I got some of these. I don't have a Summon Skull yet, sadly so. And instead of tributing, I think I'm just going to bring out another monster, just in case. The only thing that would really mess me up now is if this is a 4-star, which 4-star Ladybug, like Destruction and Doom and all that, which is too bad. I maybe should have tributed, but I didn't tribute because I do have my embodiment face down. And not only, I also have my golden apple, so I'm not really too worried. Plus I have Switcheroo, so I usually can get a normal monster. Oh man, Android Wear. Like, I'm not wearing a smartwatch right now. That's the crazy part. You control another instant, so there's only 1000 attack. Alright, so right before he goes in, we'll just bring out our embodiment. That kind of stops him from, with 1800 defense, also another reason why I run this. It's, oh, did he just DC? I really hope I didn't just lose connection. It does happen. I am still out in the country, kind of. Let's see. Is that game over? Can you not get over that? I think you just see connection lost, maybe? Connection failed. Alright, so I'm not going to say he quit, but convenient timing. Not bad. That's probably good for our time overall. I hate making like 30-minute videos because I know people usually watch for like 6 minutes, and that's about my average view duration for a video that's about 20 minutes. It's about 6 to 10 minutes. Alright, so we're doing pretty well. I'm thinking I'll probably use this deck all the way up until I get to probably Platinum 1, and then I'll have to use another deck. Unless I showcase my climbing the ladder in a video before I reach Platinum 1, I very well may, if I find another fun deck I want to use. I don't really like bringing like the Rex deck to the channel, because everybody has a Rex deck, basically, and it's probably one of the most straightforward decks you can have. And if we win, we'll gain a rank. Hopefully this is not the same set of Kaiba that beat us last time. No, it's not. With a 28 card deck and peak performance, I'm not too worried. Peak performance is a fine ability. If you're running up your dragon deck with like 20 cards and you just go for absolute power. Dragon treasure, very interesting. You chose to stay very themed to the deck. That's no problem. So I have a couple ways around that. Obviously my Ryoku can get over that really quickly, but I think I'm just gonna mirror wall. Oh, every time. And then I think I'll just bring up my Jerry Beans man. Obviously I have Spear Karibo as backup. I also have my embodiment, so I'm fairly set, and I'm not going to use Switcheroo right now. I feel very comfortable with this. I have a lot of strategies to kind of stay safe here. Yeah, I really do like watching Shady Penguin. Just take a little side note here. I just find that he really does make decks that don't really follow what this game is trying to get at. Like, it follows the general idea that you should build any deck and no deck is correct. But I still just believe that his decks focus on a point, and your decks really shouldn't focus on a point. They should be very adaptable, and they shouldn't just have one win condition, which I think a lot of his decks are. And that's why a lot of the inspiration for this deck is kind of just working with a lot of different options. Like, it's a very general deck. So I'm just going to set my Metalmorph. So if he does attack into me this turn, I can just play that. If he does negate it, then I'll just use Sphere Karibo to put him in defense mode and take him out the next turn. Obviously, the only thing that's really worrying me right now is just that it's 2,000. And that's because... Oh, he's just going to end his turn. That's fine with me, too. That's he might have his own. Ooh, I could sacrifice. So I still have my embodiment. I think I could play this super safe. Now, Shady Penguin always goes... and he uses all his resources pretty quickly, at least what I found. Like, I'm not going to use my embodiment right now. I'm going to use it if my card gets destroyed or something this upcoming turn. So he might have a mirror wall, and the reason why I brought out this and decided to attack is if he does have a spear. Oh, a Blast Hell Tribute. Did not expect that. Who runs that? All right, you got me there. I did not see that coming. Out of all the trap cards you could have possibly played, that was not one I was thinking was going to happen. But that's fine. That's fine. This is going to be our final duel for today. And just... Oh, I should have played that. No, it's fine. I was going to put him in defense mode, because I'll lose my card anyways. I don't need to reveal that right now. Okay. Well, one other option I could have done, which I do sometimes, is you can equip Metalmorph to my embodiment, and I'll have 2100 defense. But I was kind of hoping I'd get, yeah, that's exact. And I was going to switch to Roof. I didn't get a 1750 attack monster, is because I don't want to have to use my resources just yet. So that'll probably take him out. I doubt he has, oh, is that a spirit? No, it's me. It's all me. It's me and my Metalmorph. And there we go. Just the best advice I can give to anyone who's playing, who's not using like a pay-to-win deck or a super grinded out deck, is just be very aware of the cards you have. Be very aware of your deck. Be very aware of every situation, and just don't expel resources as fast as you can. Just keep gaining board control, keep pushing your opponent back slowly, and then you'll eventually win, hopefully, unless they pull something out that's super crazy like this. How am I going to beat this? I'm not. My card is definitely going to be destroyed, but next turn, because I can use basically Ryoku, I can use Metal Morph on one of my guys. Oh, he's not even going to attack. Now see, if he was going to attack, then he could have pushed me back a lot further. And honestly, that was his mistake. And I'm going to keep Twister in my hand. I could Twister that, but that's not really winning him anything. So I think I'm just going to charge in for the attack. Now, of course, if I could win this turn by using my embodiment, then I would. Because you should take chances at win conditions. But unless it's super certain, I usually don't. So there we go, Metal Morph's easily going to take out his card. And he's at 2450, and then I end my turn. So that's kind of my thought on everything. I'm definitely not like a pro player. I do know my way around this, and I do have a really great game sense. I can usually think through a lot of problems. So I'm just probably... So don't take anything I say as like law, but just consider what I'm saying is it's definitely for the newer players. A lot of these people that watch a lot of people play Duel Links really are in it just for the heck of it. It's like, I'm very likely to win, so I'm actually going to use this now. And with 3,000 life points remaining, about the only thing that would really scare me right now is a Gravekeeper coming out, because that usually is what messes me up. So because we have a combined attack enough, I will attack using my Master to hopefully take it out. Don't be a 4-star. I think he just DC'd. Alright, please, can I still? No. Alright, yeah, I think he sees that it's the end. What card did he even play? Card I didn't even get a good look at. I was looking at the waiting for a response. I think he quit. Which happens. But another win for us. That was 4 out of 5. And honestly, we did do well against the Blue Eyes player, but against the Kaiba deck, which is actually a deck that I'm working on myself. I think I have 2 Kaiba right now. That will be a deck I bring pretty soon, because I lucked out big time with the whole Kaiba, and I did have a lot of ultra rare orbs. So yeah, I want to hear what you guys think about this deck. I know it's no god deck or anything, but it's fairly competitive, I feel like. And I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed my first episode. I hope everything goes okay with the sound and the video, and no lag and no distortion, nothing like that. So let me know if I missed anything there. And hope to catch you in the next one. So, as always, peace.